Hello, Courtney. I decided today that I am going to give you a tour of my new apartment before asking you a legitimate question, as I promised you I would. And the reason that that question is legitimate is because if it's a legitimate question, your mind will automatically eject any answer that is conceived during the asking of that question. That was a joke about a Republican senator who made an insensitive comment a couple of weeks ago about, and I'm just going to assume that you know that. So I'm just going to show you the important parts of my apartment and leave out the obvious parts, like, yes, I do have a bathroom, but I don't feel the need to show you that because I think that you've seen enough bathrooms and you have to know what it looks like, and also I need to get to my legitimate question before time is up. So, this is my periodic table. It helps me with my chemistry. Desire Man. And obviously this is my bedroom that I'm in right now, so bedroom. Alright, let's move on. This is my living room slash tiny kitchen that you can't see because it's too light out, but it's very tiny. And these are my two bouncers to get in the kitchen, Sherlock and John. As you know, I'm sure you would have guessed that. I took my Sherlock with me. And that's Sheldon right there. TARDIS exploding, couch for people to sit on, chairs. My kind of tiny living room. You can't see my hallway because apparently there's an angel standing in it.
This is the view from my table that is comically too large, well, tall, for the chairs that are surrounding it. So I have to sit like this, well, like this. It's kind of hard to eat, but it's funny.
This is my balcony, which you can see my neighborhood. Lovely. If you were looking this way, that would be a view of a lake if it weren't for a house and a tree and admittedly some distance. So I'm gonna take you back in here. So that's my apartment, and I know it's really glorious, and you're really jealous. I know you are. It's a glorious apartment. But now it's time for me to ask you the legitimate question I wanted to ask you, which is in regards to the movie, Gremlins. So yes, I have a question regarding the Gremlins. And I know that might not sound like a legitimate question, as I promised you, but let's say for a second that I plan on adopting a Mogwai, even though I'm not allowed to have pets. I just have a problem with these rules that are given to you. I have a question about the second rule, because I feel that Mr. What's-Face, I don't remember his name, and I don't even remember the main character's name, all I care about is the Mogwai, that he wasn't very specific on that second rule, and that second rule, as you probably know, is don't feed the Mogwai after midnight or it will turn into a gremlin. I feel that this is not very specific. And the reason I feel that way is it doesn't give you a time after midnight when this rule ends. It just says after midnight. And I asked Danielle this. She thought 6 o'clock, which I feel is like an oddly specific time to just say, oh, it's 6 o'clock. Duh. My logical assumption would be dawn or whenever the sun rises, but even that I think is a kind of subjective time of day. And it also confuses me that a gremlin would have a biological clock specific enough to know exactly when it's midnight, but then it just waits until it's light outside to not turn into a gremlin. I feel like it should be a specific time. If it's midnight, it should be a specific time. There should be hours of close for your Mogwai, in which time you're supposed to put it to bed and not freaking touch it. So, yeah. So, also, how does this work with, like, time zone differences? Like, what if I'm going traveling with my Mogwai? What if I want to take my Mogwai to California with me, or South Dakota, or, I don't know, Portsmouth? That's a time change. Like, what if I feed it and I think I'm in Pacific time and that Mogwai's clock or whatever, its magic internal clock is still on, like, Central time? Or whatever time zone I'm coming from. Well, I'm screwed. I know you probably don't currently have the answer to this question, but I'd honestly like you to figure it out. Yeah. So please get back to me on that. You can watch the movie, or you can I don't know, Google it. Suppose I could have done that. So I probably should get ready for my first class because I have it in like a couple hours, and I don't know. I guess I'm nervous because it's new school and stuff. So hopefully I'll see you on Friday. Or better. I'll be really disappointed if I don't.